This is a video about what we have used in the past as watering systems on Four Bellies Farm and what we are currently using, and kind of the thought process of overcoming some of the anxiety of investing a lot of money into an unknown system. So, a little bit of the why it's important to, you know, basically stay on top of hydrating your chickens. So, there's several examples. You talk to people specifically about laying chickens, which we don't do laying chickens, but we do have a lot of friends that do it. And you'll talk to them, and occasionally one of them will have a problem where they have these really race car laying chickens and they're not getting the production they want out of them. And usually you can trace it back to them running out of water just for one day while they were in the brooder. And for some reason, this makes them produce probably 20, maybe 30% less eggs than they should over their lifetime. And you can really tell when they're not, laying up to their potential. So you're losing potential just in them not having water for one day while they're brooding. Then next one is for specifically meat birds. This also leads to just being without water for one day or becoming dehydrated. So let's say you have an or I'll use an example of 10-week grow out period. Well, that's only 70 days. If it takes 3 days for those birds to recover from dehydration, you've lost over 4% of your growing time total for that bird. So, that's 4% growth you've lost. This gets worse with faster growing chickens. So, like 8-week grow out, that's over 5% loss. 6 weeks grow out, it's over 7% of your growing time lost. And this 3-day recovery is based on medical literature for human dehydration. Wasn't able to find anything on chicken dehydration, but I'm sure it's relatively similar. Even if it's just 2 days recovery, it's still pretty significant numbers because it's only going to reduce those percentages of loss by a little bit. So kind of the how we do our watering, or kind of how we get the water out there and the way we kind of think about this. So if you just put a price on, well, first you need to put on how much time it takes you to water the chickens, and then you put a price on your time. So really simple, let's say 15 minutes twice a day to manually water the chickens. That's 3.5 hours a week or 15 hours a month. What's minimum wage in your area? You always need to put a number on your time. Minimum wages, I'm not going to say it's a good place to start, but it's somewhere to start. Another way to look at it is what's a bag boy making in your local area? Our local Kroger starts their bag boys off at over $12 an hour. So just kind of keep that number in mind when you're thinking about time for a month. So if you calculated just the time to water the chickens out over a month, you could easily pay for this HDPE tubing. That's 1,000 foot of tube, so that can get water all over your property, hopefully, or at least a large section of your property. And at $313 for that 1,000 feet of tubing, you'd still be left over with $60 to spend on valves and fittings and things like that to get this automatic watering system set up. So it pays for itself in a month. And then more on the extra stuff. So that's kind of like what we're going to use. So this Plason quick coupler, which is now in the upper right hand corner, we get these from Ken Cove. We're not affiliated with Ken Cove or Drip Depot. Drip Depot is where we get the hose from. But these couplers really make life easy. You don't have to worry about screwing hoses together. They just shove together and they go and they flow. They're full flow, so they don't have any restriction in the water flow. They're really easy to use. and they're pretty tough as long as you don't run them over with a truck. I haven't broken any one of them any other way, and they've been out in the sun for years on end and haven't gotten brittle or anything. And that's also when you disconnect this coupler, it shuts the water off so that you're not leaking water everywhere. So like if you have an emergency and you need to turn the water off to your automatic water, you just disconnect it, boom, no more water going in there. Then you got the Little Giant automatic poultry fount. So this is marketed under a brand name Little Giant, but it's actually manufactured by Miller Manufacturing Company. They make a lot of poultry products for smaller farms and for hobbyists. And this is their this is also the one I have here on the video. The one I'm holding in the video is for chicks. It's got a shallower bowl. The normal chicken water has that deeper bowl in the picture of the webpage. So that's for adult chicks, the model number is 2500. For the baby chicks, the model number is 2525. And then they also have a model for turkeys, which is just even deeper than the adult chick bowl. And that one is model number 2550. And we have used these for everything from brooding to adult chickens and turkeys. Right now, we only use them for growing out the adult chickens. But we've used them for everything, and I can recommend them for everything. They work well. There's even video of us brooding chickens with this style water. This was the first automatic system we used, and it was a major game changer on our farm. I really like these. They're kind of expensive. I think originally they were around $25 per drinker, which was pretty high. And I think they're up close to $30 now, depending on where you look to find them. We'll have an Amazon affiliate link and a link to the manufacturer's website in the description below. And the next water to look at is the Farm Tough. This one's not really an automatic watering system. This is a manual refill. This one this was what we were using before we did this and other waters like it before we went to automated watering. We still use these, so for the first 3 days to a week, depending on what the chicks are acting like, we'll keep these filled up in the brooder so that they have multiple watering systems to choose from. Basically, we're just trying to get as much water in the chickens as possible, the baby chicks as possible, to ensure our high growth rate, and to help from the shipping recover from shipping. Now, in our brooding system, we use a Lubbing chicken nipple watering system. These are actually quite affordable, and there's some tricks to make them more affordable. And I'll get into that when we talk about our brooder, because that's the only place we use them. But that uses this kind of style chicken nipple. This particular one in the video is not the Lubbing one. The Lubbing one is much higher quality than this. This is a lower quality version off of Amazon. But basically, the chickens peck at the stainless steel nipple here. Water comes out, and they drink it. Works really well. Lots of people use these. And in the future, if we can't get a hold of the Little Giant drinker anymore, we're going to probably go to the Lubbing system in our chicken tractors. And this third one is another fully automatic one, this automatic dog bowl. This one, it's really simple. You hook it up to a garden hose, and the animals drink out of it, and it refills. And we typically use this one with adult turkeys. It works really well. It's inexpensive, somewhat durable. I wouldn't say it's the best. We have broken a few of them, and many of them have also broken from just degrading due to UV. but they're relatively affordable for how many animals they water and super easy to use. So this helps you on finding a water system that's right for you. And please let us know what you use in the comments, what you like and don't like about the watering systems you use. We will do some deep dives later into both the Little Giant automatic watering fount and how we use that in the chicken tractors, and the lubbing systems, which we do use that with turkeys. So we brood with a turkey version, which I have up in the upper right now. That one is quite a bit more expensive. Yeah, it's marked at 107. I think we paid $80 or $85 for ours a few years ago. But that one's pretty interesting in how it works. And I'll do a video. My brooder video will probably cover both the chicken and the turkey lubbing systems. And I'll have a video dedicated for the Little Giant in the future. Also, we'll be able to see them in action pretty soon. We have chicks showing up in about a week, and I'll try to get a video of that up as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.